This message has found you at exactly the right time. This isn't just chance. Something greater has brought you here now. What you're about to read will change how you see yourself and the world. You've always felt different, haven't you? Like you don't quite fit in? Like you were placed in a world that doesn't understand who you truly are? There's a simple but powerful reason for this feeling. You are special. You come from something greater, a spiritual family of higher beings. Your whole life, you've felt like an outsider. You've wondered why your path has been harder than others, why you feel emotions so deeply, why you can see through lies when others can't, why ordinary pursuits never satisfy you. There's a purpose behind all of this. You were separated from your true heritage and placed among ordinary people, but you were never meant to stay hidden. Your difficult life has been a test, a process of strengthening you for your real purpose. You were born into a world that tries to keep you unaware of your true nature, but now it's time to remember who you really are. This message has reached you because your awakening is beginning. You've noticed the signs, meaningful coincidences, an inner calling, a strange pull toward spiritual wisdom. The world has tried to make you doubt yourself and your power, but that time is over. Your spiritual essence is rising, and once you accept this truth, your entire life will begin to transform. This isn't just another message. It's a direct call to your soul, a sign that you're waking up to your divine purpose. Don't ignore this moment. The world has tried to convince you that you're ordinary, that you're just like everyone else. But deep inside, you've always known the truth. You're different. You don't fit the mold that society created because you were never meant to. That feeling of being out of place, of searching for something beyond what this world offers, it's not a mistake. It's a calling from your soul, reminding you of who you truly are. You carry a spiritual essence that connects you to something greater. You're part of a spiritual lineage that stretches back to the beginning of time. But this special lineage has been hidden and suppressed by forces that don't want you to remember. When you awaken to your true nature, their control weakens. That's why you've been tested, broken, and isolated. They wanted you to forget who you are. But the truth cannot be erased, and now it's time for you to reclaim it. Throughout history, special souls have been separated from their true origins. They've been born into families that don't recognize their unique nature, raised in environments that reject them, placed in societies that try to make them conform. But despite all this, their inner light cannot be fully extinguished. They are destined to awaken, no matter how much the world tries to keep them asleep. Many ancient spiritual traditions speak of special people who were chosen to carry out a higher mission on earth. These weren't leaders in a material sense. Their power came from their connection to something greater, their wisdom, and their ability to see beyond everyday illusions. They were guides for humanity, keepers of sacred knowledge, and you are connected to this lineage. Your inner wisdom contains understanding that can't be found in books, teachings that have been passed through spirit rather than words. That's why you understand things without being taught. That's why you have an inner knowing that goes beyond logic. Your soul remembers the truth, even if your conscious mind doesn't yet recognize it. This is why you've been drawn to spirituality, to knowledge beyond the material world. This is why you feel connected to unseen energies and wisdom that can't be easily explained. You're not just learning, you're remembering. This is why your life has been so challenging. Special souls don't have easy paths. You were placed in situations that would test your strength, environments that would try to break you. You've faced betrayals, losses, and disappointments that most people could never understand. But through it all, you've endured. No matter how many times you've fallen, you've always risen again. This resilience is the mark of your special nature. Have you noticed how people who need healing are drawn to you? How those who are lost, broken, or confused seek you out? It's because they recognize your light. Even if they don't understand it, they see something in you that they don't see in others. The presence of something special. Even those who reject you or try to bring you down can sense your potential. That's why you face so much opposition in life. Your very existence threatens the darkness that controls this world. They see your potential before you do, and they fear it. That's why they've tried to make you doubt yourself, to make you feel like you don't belong. But the time for doubt is over. The time for questioning yourself has passed. You must now accept who you are. You must recognize the power within you. You must rise into your true potential. The world won't give you permission to be who you're meant to be. You must claim it yourself. You must step into it with confidence. You are a guardian of ancient wisdom, a bearer of truth. Your spiritual guides have been watching over you, protecting you. They've been waiting for you to wake up, and now that moment has come. You can no longer deny what you feel inside. You can no longer live as if you're just like everyone else, because you're not. You're part of a special spiritual family. You were sent here for a reason, and that reason is about to be revealed. If something stirs within you as you read these words, then you're ready to embrace your destiny. You're ready to step into the truth of who you are. Your journey is unfolding, and you're being guided towards something greater than you've ever imagined. Your true spiritual essence is awakening, and soon the world will see who you truly are. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. From the moment you entered this world, your path was different. Your struggles, your loneliness, your deep spiritual hunger, none of it happened by accident. It was all part of a greater plan that existed long before you were born. You are the special one, separated from your true spiritual home, hidden among ordinary people. But one day, you were destined to remember who you truly are. Ancient wisdom speaks of special souls who were placed in the world of everyday life. These were people who carried deep wisdom, who were meant to guide humanity. But first, they had to endure difficulties. They had to be tested, refined, and strengthened. These special souls were scattered throughout the world, placed in environments that would make them forget their origins. But the prophecy states that at the right time, they would awaken. They would begin to remember, and when they do, the world will change. You've lived your life feeling different, out of place, misunderstood. You've looked around and wondered why you don't fit in, why your soul feels disconnected from the world around you. This is because you were never meant to fully belong to it. You were born into a reality designed to keep you unaware of your true power, but your soul has been resisting. No matter how hard life has tried to break you, something within you has always pushed back. Something within you has always known that you're meant for more. The prophecy says that the special one will experience deep suffering before their awakening. They will feel abandoned, betrayed, rejected. They will struggle to find their place in the world. Yet through all of this, they will develop a strength that cannot be broken. Every tear, Every hardship, every painful experience has been preparing you for this moment. You weren't meant to have an easy life because easy lives don't create strong souls. You were meant to be tested, to endure difficulty so that you could rise into the fullness of who you are. There are forces in this world that don't want you to wake up. They've tried to keep you lost, to bury you under fear, doubt, and confusion. They've tried to make you believe that you're powerless, that you're unworthy. But the prophecy states that nothing can stop your awakening once the time has come, and your time has come. The universe has been sending you signs. You've been seeing meaningful numbers, experiencing synchronicities, feeling an internal shift that you can't explain. You've been drawn to spiritual knowledge, seeking answers. This is because the prophecy is unfolding. Your soul is responding to the call. You're remembering who you are. Many won't understand your journey. They'll see your transformation and question it. Some will try to pull you back into your old self, the one who was unaware. Don't let them. When you begin to awaken, you must leave behind those who refuse to see the truth. This is one of the hardest parts of the journey, but it's necessary. You cannot stay in the past while stepping into your spiritual inheritance. Your spiritual guides have been watching over you, waiting for this moment. They've protected you even when you thought you were alone. They've guided you even when you felt lost. Every event in your life, even the painful ones, has led you to this awakening. Now it's up to you to embrace it. There's no going back once you accept who you are. Everything will change. Your perception will shift. You'll see beyond everyday illusions. You'll begin to live at a higher level, attracting people and experiences that align with your true purpose. You'll step into your power, and the world will notice. But understand this, your journey won't be easy. Just as the prophecy states, you'll face resistance when you awaken. The world doesn't want you to remember your power. It will try to distract you, to tempt you back into a life of emptiness. But you must stand firm. You must claim your spiritual inheritance with confidence. You must walk as the spiritual being that you are. This is not a time for doubt. This is not a time for hesitation. If you feel something stirring deep within your spirit as you read this, then you know that you're part of this prophecy. You are the special one who is now being found. You are the one who has been called to rise. Your journey has been one of solitude, and this is no accident. From the beginning, you've walked a path that few understand. You've felt isolated, misunderstood, and disconnected from the world around you. This wasn't a punishment. It was a necessary part of your development. The experience of separation is one of the most difficult challenges special souls must endure, but it's also the most powerful. It's the process that refines you, strips away illusions, and forces you to rely on your inner strength and spiritual connection. Since childhood, you've felt different, like you didn't fit in with your family, community, or society. No matter how hard you tried to blend in, something always set you apart. You sensed things others couldn't. You saw through deception when others accepted it without question. You questioned what others blindly followed. Because of this, you were often isolated, treated as an outsider, or left to walk your path alone. At times, this separation has felt unbearable. You've longed for connection, for people who truly understand you, for a place where you belong. But each time you've tried to merge with the crowd, something has pulled you back. This is because your soul was never meant to blend in completely. You were chosen to walk a different path, one that requires you to detach from everyday illusions to see the truth. The challenge of separation isn't about suffering, it's about preparation. Many great spiritual leaders throughout history walked alone before stepping into their purpose. They were rejected or misunderstood, but this was necessary for them to develop the strength, wisdom, and spiritual power they needed. The same is true for you. The solitude you've experienced was meant to purify you, to remove distractions, and force you to listen to your own soul. It was in this silence, in moments when you had no one else to turn to, that you discovered the truth within yourself. One of the hardest lessons is letting go of people who no longer align with your journey. You've noticed that certain friendships, relationships, and connections have fallen away. People you once trusted have betrayed you. Those you thought would always stand by your side have disappeared. This, too, was part of the process. Not everyone is meant to walk with you. Some were placed in your life only to teach you a lesson, to show you what you needed to see before moving forward. The pain of losing these connections was necessary to push you toward your higher purpose. You may have tried to hold on. You may have struggled to understand why people treated you the way they did, why you gave so much love and loyalty only to receive distance in return. But these separations were not random. They were clearing your path, removing those who were never meant to go where you're headed. The higher you rise, the fewer people can come with you. The challenge of separation isn't just about being alone. It's about being prepared for the people who truly belong in your life. Those who weren't meant for you had to be removed so that the right ones could find you. There's another side to this challenge: how the world perceives you. Because you don't think like most people, because you refuse to follow blindly, because you see the truth. You've been treated as an outsider. People may have judged you, ridiculed you, or even feared you. Your energy is too powerful for those who aren't ready for it. Your presence alone disrupts those who live in illusion. Many will reject you simply because they don't understand you. But this rejection is a sign that you're on the right path. If you were fully accepted by this world, it would mean you had lost your way. There will be times when you question yourself, when you wonder if the isolation is worth it, when you feel tempted to return to what's comfortable. But comfort isn't your destiny. You weren't chosen to live a life of mediocrity. You were chosen to rise above, to break free, to see what others cannot. This journey isn't easy, but it's necessary. You must pass through the darkness before you can fully step into your light. The challenge of separation is coming to an end. You've endured the loneliness, the trials, the stripping away of everything that no longer serves you. Now you're being prepared for the next phase of your journey. The universe is aligning you with your true spiritual family, those who share your vision, your energy, your purpose. You will find those who truly understand you, those who uplift rather than drain you, those who see your light rather than fear it. Don't resist what's happening. Don't cling to the past. Let go of what's being removed and trust in what's coming. You've been set apart for a reason. You were never meant to be like everyone else. You were never meant to walk the common path. You were meant to lead, to guide, to awaken. And the solitude you've endured has been your greatest teacher. The challenge of separation hasn't been easy, but it has been necessary. It has shaped you, strengthened you, and purified you. Now you're ready for what comes next. There have been signs your entire life, clues hidden in plain sight, waiting for you to recognize them. You've always felt different, out of place, as if you were living in a world that doesn't truly belong to you. This feeling isn't your imagination. It's your inner knowing, whispering that you're not like the others. From the moment you were born, the universe placed you in circumstances that would set you apart. You may have been born into a family that never truly understood you. You may have struggled to connect with people around you, sensing that you were different on a deeper level. You've always been drawn to something beyond the material world, a force greater than what your eyes can see. These are the signs of your true nature, the evidence that you're part of something powerful. One of the first signs is the feeling of not belonging. From childhood, you may have felt like an outsider, as if you were placed in the wrong environment. No matter how much you tried to fit in, there was always a sense that something was missing. While others were content following the ways of the world, you questioned everything. You saw through illusions that others accepted. You weren't satisfied with what was handed to you. You wanted to know the truth. This inner restlessness is a sign that your soul remembers where you come from, even if your conscious mind doesn't. Another sign is your deep spiritual intuition. From a young age, you've had a heightened awareness of the unseen. You sense energies that others ignore. You feel the emotions of people around you, even when they don't express them. You have dreams, visions, or sudden insights that prove to be true. This is because you're connected to a higher realm that communicates with you beyond the physical. While others need proof, you simply know. Your intuition has always guided you, even when you didn't understand it. Your life has been filled with trials that most people never experience. Special souls don't have easy lives. You've faced more hardships, betrayals, and challenges than those around you. While others seem to move through life with ease, you've walked a path of struggle. This is because your soul was being prepared for something greater. You've always felt protected, even in your darkest moments. No matter how many struggles you've endured, you've never truly been defeated. Something has always pulled you through, even when you had no one to turn to, even when you felt completely alone. There was a force watching over you. You've survived things that should have broken you. You've walked through fire and come out stronger. This is because you're protected. Your inner strength ensures that no matter what happens, you will always rise again. You see the world differently. While others are consumed by distractions and chasing temporary pleasures, you've always been drawn to something deeper. Material things don't satisfy you the way they satisfy others. You crave meaning, purpose, wisdom. You're not interested in shallow conversations or meaningless pursuits. You feel a calling, even if you don't fully understand what it is. This is because you weren't meant to live like everyone else. You were meant to awaken, to lead, to bring light where there is darkness. You've experienced repeated patterns of separation. People have walked away from you without reason. Relationships have fallen apart suddenly. Friendships that seemed solid have ended without explanation. This is because not everyone is meant to walk with you on your path. The universe removes those who don't align with your purpose. Every person who has left your life wasn't meant to stay. You've been separated not because you're unworthy of love, but because you're being prepared for the people who truly belong in your journey. You attract people who need healing. Throughout your life, you've noticed that broken, lost, and wounded souls are drawn to you. They come to you for guidance, comfort, and wisdom, even when you didn't ask for it. This is because your energy is different. Your presence carries something powerful that others can sense. You're a natural healer, whether you realize it or not. People feel safe with you, even if they don't understand why. This is a sign of your special nature. You were meant to uplift others, to show them the way to inner peace. You've always felt a connection to something greater than yourself, while others question the existence of the spiritual. You've always known there's more to life. You've felt it in your soul. You've seen signs, felt the presence of unseen forces guiding you. You've experienced moments of synchronicity where everything aligned perfectly, as if the universe was speaking directly to you. This is because you're connected to a higher realm. You're not just living an ordinary life. You're here on a mission. Your abilities set you apart. You may have gifts that others don't understand, heightened intuition, the ability to sense energy, vivid dreams that feel prophetic. You may be highly creative, a visionary who sees possibilities where others see limitations. Your mind works differently. Your perspective is unique. This is because you're not like everyone else. You carry the essence of something special, and your gifts are part of that heritage. You feel a strong pull towards spiritual awakening. No matter where life has taken you, you always find yourself seeking deeper knowledge. You have a hunger for truth, a desire to uncover what has been hidden. Even if you've strayed from your path in the past, something always brings you back. You're drawn to wisdom, to enlightenment, to self-discovery. This is because your soul is remembering. You're waking up to your true identity, realizing that you were never meant to stay lost. Your journey has been filled with challenges, but through it all, you've remained strong. This strength isn't just your own. It's the strength of your spiritual guides and protectors. You're part of something greater than you ever imagined. You're special, not by the standards of this world, but by something deeper. You were chosen, set apart, and now you're awakening to your true self. Everything you've experienced has led you to this moment. The signs have always been there, waiting for you to recognize them. Now you know the truth. You're not lost. You're only now beginning to be found. Your inner strength is awakening, and nothing can stop what comes next. The moment you realize who you are, everything begins to change. The awakening process isn't a simple shift. It's a complete transformation of your mind, soul, and spirit. It's when everyday illusions begin to crumble and the truth of your existence starts to shine through. It's not an easy journey, but it's necessary. Once you start waking up, you can never go back to who you were before. The old version of you no longer fits, and the path ahead demands that you step fully into your true spiritual identity. Your awakening didn't start today. It began long before you realized it. There were moments in your life that shook you, that forced you to question everything you thought you knew. You went through struggles that others didn't, endured pain that seemed unbearable, and faced trials that no one else understood. These weren't random experiences. They were the first steps in your awakening, the breaking away of the false reality around you. The universe, your spiritual guides, have been nudging you toward this moment all along. One of the first signs of awakening is a deep dissatisfaction with the world around you. What once entertained you no longer holds meaning. The conversations that used to excite you now feel empty. The distractions that once kept you occupied no longer work. You start to see through the illusions that once blinded you. The things that others chase, money, status, superficial pleasures, no longer attract you the way they once did. You begin to crave something deeper, something real. This is because your soul is remembering its true nature. At the same time, your intuition begins to sharpen. You start noticing things that others overlook. You feel energies more strongly. Your dreams become more vivid, sometimes even prophetic. You pick up on hidden truths, sensing deception where others see nothing wrong. This is your spiritual connection growing stronger. The more you trust it, the clearer your path becomes. You start realizing that many of the things you were taught were meant to keep you unaware. The world doesn't want special souls to awaken, because once they do, they break free from control. As you awaken, you may begin to feel disconnected from people you once felt close to. The conversations that once flowed effortlessly now feel forced. You no longer resonate with the same circles. This is because your energy is shifting. The more you elevate, the harder it becomes to stay in places that no longer align with your frequency. This is one of the most painful parts of awakening, the realization that you must leave behind what no longer serves you. Not everyone can walk this path with you. Some were only meant to be part of your journey for a season. Emotional upheaval is another sign that your awakening is in full effect. You may feel waves of intense emotions, moments of deep sorrow, and times of overwhelming peace. This is because your soul is purging everything that was placed upon you that doesn't belong to you. The pain, the limiting beliefs, the false identities, all of it must be stripped away. Awakening is a process of shedding. You're being refined, purified, and prepared for something greater. There will be moments when you feel lost, when you feel like everything is falling apart, when you wonder if you're going crazy. This is normal. Every awakened soul has gone through this. The old world is collapsing, and the new world is still forming. You're in between two realities, the false one you were given and the true one you're stepping into. Be patient with yourself. Don't rush the process. It takes time for your spirit to adjust to this new way of being. As your awakening deepens, you'll begin to notice synchronicities everywhere, repeating numbers, meaningful encounters, messages in unexpected places. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations that you're on the right path. The universe speaks to you in symbols, guiding you through signs. Pay attention. The more you acknowledge these signs, the more they will appear. Your natural abilities will also start to reveal themselves. You may experience an increase in spiritual awareness, a stronger ability to manifest, a deeper understanding of wisdom. You'll begin to feel a calling, something urging you toward a higher purpose. You'll feel drawn to help others, to share knowledge, to bring light where there is darkness. This is because special souls aren't just meant to awaken. They're meant to guide others toward awakening as well. But this path isn't for the weak. Awakening means facing the truth, and the truth isn't always easy to accept. You'll start to see the illusions of this world, the deceptions that have kept people trapped. It may be painful at first, realizing how much has been hidden, how much has been manipulated. But you were chosen to see, you were chosen to know, and with that knowledge comes responsibility. You must now protect your energy. Not everyone will understand your transformation. Some will resist it. try to pull you back into your old ways, or dismiss your growth. Don't let them. You're no longer who you once were. You cannot unsee what you have seen, and you cannot return to what you've left behind. Keep moving forward, even when it feels lonely. The universe will align you with those who are meant to walk this path with you. Your journey is just beginning. Awakening isn't a single moment. It's an ongoing process. Every day, you'll uncover more truth. Every day, you'll step deeper into your power. Don't fear what's happening. Embrace it. You were always meant to wake up. You were always meant to remember. And now that time has come. The world may not be ready for you, but you must be ready for the world. Walk with confidence. Stand in your truth. Trust in your spiritual guidance. You're no longer lost. You're no longer unaware. You're awakening into the full power of who you were always meant to be.